please.
Carl Dennis Ford, 5806 Thorngrove Pike, Knoxville, Tennessee. Lifelong resident of Knox County. I have a precept, I guess, that a lot of folks don't have, because I bring to my application the fact that I hung around the sheriff's office as a sheriff's son, and looked at it all my life as having the sheriff's office as part of my heart. When I came out of the military and served in Vietnam, I went to work for the sheriff's office. I was working at the sheriff's office when they established the merit system. So I left and went into the business world about that same time, so I didn't go through it. So I have watched as I have lived in Knox County most of my life, except for the time that I was a Methodist pastor for 31 years, which I just retired from. But during those times, I've served as on two different boards that the Knox County Commission has appointed me to the Jail Inspection Committee, and I was a charter member of the E911 board. And as I left it to go, because I was moving in the ministry, I was the chair of the E911 board. So I bring that perspective of the relationship with the county commission and how the citizens participate in the different duties of what goes on in Knox County. I see it as an opportunity as I've gotten older and semi-retired. I'm also currently the pastor at Sam Branch Methodist Church, but I've got the time and the energy and the experience over the years to put some input into something as I grow older. And my experience with the sheriff's office and with running committees and being on committees in Knox County brings me a perspective to that I want to use for something. To put it bluntly, I'm not ready for the rocking chair. And I want to be engaged in how Knox County is run, and I've got a heart for the sheriff's office. And I realize, as your question will be, that the sheriff's merit system was put in place to have a place for the employees to be able to go and vent and have someone else look at what they were charged with or what they were accused of. And I will use those guidelines that you have written out for the merit system to judge those people by the facts, using those guidelines that should be given to each and every deputy that's hired. Use those guidelines to judge that one decision based on no precepts, no prejudice to anything else. Yes, I have supported the sheriff at a time, but as a pastor, I also have to be very discreet in how I support somebody. So I don't support them publicly. I might tell my family who I'm going to vote for, but other than that, that's all it goes. And I think that carries over, if I'm reading what you have drawn up, how you want the merit system people that are on the board to conduct themselves. Now, I'll be glad to answer any question you have.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Jay, I saw your light on first.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Ford, do you have any family members that are currently working in the Knox County Sheriff's Office or the Knox County Police Department?
No.
And are you, it sounds like you are aware of the provisions in the ordinance outlining that each board member shall have no active participation in any political interests or political races. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Jay. Commissioner Oster?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess you kind of answered my question for me, but I appreciate it. I appreciate that you understand the fact that this Merit Council is actually designed to protect the officers, and that is extremely important to me. Also, that we're really trying to get away from the politics of the Merit Council. And I guess that you probably understand that on a different level, being a pastor. It's something that you kind of have to keep quiet, like you said, anyways. So I don't really have anything else for you but to thank you for coming down and being willing to serve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Oster. Commissioner Lee, I saw your light next.
Yes. Mr. Ford, I see you're an Army veteran.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
My question to you is, do you have any human resource experience?
Do I have what?
Human resources?
Human resources.
Yes, sir.
As income?
Like, have you dealt with employees? Have you hired employees?
In human resources, as past construction, yes, I had employees. I dealt with that on the 911 board. I have dealt with that as having numerous employees as a pastor. But other than human resources in government, no.
Were you on the 911 board in Knox County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lee. Commissioner Schoonmaker?
Thank you. Mr. Ford,
Yes.
in our packet, we have about a half a page email from you, and that is it. Did you have any supporting documents that you sent? Because I noticed that you have an incorrect commission at knoxco.org address, and so we have no work history. Did you submit any documents like that, or just the half page email?
Just a half-page email with my background on it. I did not
Okay.
send
So you didn't say you've worked for this company for X number of years, anything like that?
No.
Okay. And then you say you have a certificate in criminal justice.
That is
Is
correct.
that one of those where it's the for any law enforcement officer where it's a 2-year?
That is from Walter State Community College back in the 80s.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Schoonmaker. Commissioner Daly?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Ford, do you have any future intentions to run for any elected position?
Lord, no.
Smart man. I know you have said you would, but I'm just going to say, and to all the candidates, you will have to raise your right hand and promise, I'm not going to use the word swear, but promise that you will follow the bylaws and the ordinance of this, the Merit Council ordinance by this commission.
I will raise my hand to that, and I expect employees to do that, and I expect other board members to do that.
Thank you, Commissioner Daly. Are there any other questions for Mr. Ford? Thank you, Mr. Ford, for applying.